Reincarnation and coming home. Many of you have asked about reincarnation. What is it? Is it real? Reincarnation, beloved one, is where you would see yourself to be living and expressing through the different design patterns of physicality in what you call the different incarnations, the different bodies, expressing in different lifetimes in order to experience the infinite creativity of the Holy Child. You have been here as the grand warrior. You have played the part of the conqueror and the conquered. You have been the grand master and the slave. You have been the tyrant. You have been the lover. You have been the scholar who shared the wisdom. You have written the great books and then have come back again to read those books and to revere the one who wrote them, not knowing that you were the very one who wrote them. The Holy Child desired to know, to experience the truly infinite expression of life, of creativity. The Holy Child, abiding in the kingdom of our Heavenly Father, asked of himself or herself, what are the boundaries of this kingdom? How far does it extend? What are the parameters? What is beyond this kingdom? Is there a beyond? What can I create? And with those very questions, all adventures, all journeys were begun. This is the dream. For truly the Holy Child has fallen asleep in the meadow of the kingdom, and dreams, many wonderful adventures to experience its infinite creativity. Some of the dreams have been the dreams of love, the dreams of simplicity. Some of the dreams have been more as what you would call the nightmares. And there is nothing to be judged in any of these dreams, for it was truly your desire to experience all the parameters. How far does my creativity extend? What can I create? And even in times of sorrow, times of violence, times of what we would say were negative experiences, that is a momentary judgment, for you have chosen to experience what you would call the valleys, the depth, for you have said, I choose to experience the depth so that I will know the heights when I am there. You have chosen to experience all. You have chosen to experience the whole variety of life expression, from the largest whale to the tiniest sparrow to the very rocks which make up the majestic mountains. You have been the king, the queen, the servant, the scholar, the one who is deaf and dumb but speaks from the heart. You have chosen to experience all to know your oneness with all. It has been for a grand purpose and not as a mistake, not as a judgment that would say that you have strayed far from the kingdom. For truly you cannot stray from the kingdom. The kingdom is who you are. The kingdom is within. The kingdom is you. You cannot be apart from the kingdom. But the Holy Child in the journey, in the grand adventures, has felt himself or herself to have gone afar. For you would say, look at what I have experienced. Look at the journey I have been on. Look at all the adventures. I must have come far from my Father's kingdom. And in thinking that you are far from the Father's kingdom, you think yourself to be separate from the Father and from his love. And then the question arose, what have I done to deserve the separation that I perceive? Surely I must have done something terrible. I don't know what it is. I don't remember what it is, but surely it must be something really terrible for my Father to have cast me out. But your Father has not cast you out. You are always in the kingdom. You are always as you were created to be. But the Holy Child, thinking that he or she has gone on the journey and has experienced so much, thinks himself or herself to be far away until you come unto the place where you now find yourself, the place of saying, oh, wait a moment. Perhaps, just perhaps, all of my journeys have taken me in what I would see as a grand circle. Perhaps I am coming home again. And this is what you and your brothers and sisters are now experiencing. In truth, you have never left home. But the child, in the creativity which you are, has experienced many journeys. And even in what we talk about as coming home, it is the process of belief that believes that there needs to be a coming home. And yet, I share with you that you are home already. You, as the Holy Child which you are creativity and expression. All of what you would see as the reincarnations are but as the grand adventures which you have chosen to experience for the fun of experiencing whatever you thought to create. And there is nothing of judgment in that. There are many who would tell you that you have sinned and gone astray, or that truly you have made a mistake in thinking yourself to be apart from the Heavenly Father. There is no mistake in it. there is only great creativity. It takes only for you to look 1 degree further to see that you are the one who is manifesting all the journeys for the purpose of experiencing yourself. Do you see what a gift you are to yourself? What a gift you have been in what you would see as all your lifetimes, all the experiences. For you have been as the one who amassed the golden coins in one lifetime, hoarded them, and took from others more and hoarded them. And you have come again in what you would see as another incarnation, and you have inherited a great fortune of gold coins. And in that lifetime you extended them unto your brothers and sisters freely, because you desired to experience what it felt to like extend. There is no judgment. Your Heavenly Father does not judge you. Your Heavenly Father knows you to be creativity, knows you to be the expression of His child, and awaits only for you to claim who you are, to acknowledge it in its fullness. That is what coming home is all about. It is simplicity itself. It is saying in one moment, the moment which you choose, I am home. I have never left. I only thought that I had left. And I had a great time upon these journeys. I was the wonderful actor, actress. I played my parts with feeling. Each lifetime I experienced what I chose to experience. And even if it would be seen as suffering in times where you felt others were taking from you your very life force, they cannot, but you felt that they were. You are experiencing your power, the power of creativity, the power of manifestation. You are the master. It is only that you have held the belief that there needs to be a journey somewhere to come home. You are already home. Home is where the heart is. Have you heard that said in your world? There is truth in many of the sayings of your world. If you will abide with some of the sayings and take them to the very source of the meaning, there is truth to be shared. Home is where the heart is. When you breathe, powerful simplicity, and you return again unto the place of stillness, and you connect with the peace which you are home. It may be for an instant, and then you may choose again to become embroiled in the drama you are creating. And there is nothing wrong with that choice. Let no one tell you that there is anything wrong with the drama which you are creating, except as you may want to change it to experience more joy. If you choose to be in the confusion, in the activity of the world, and listen only to the voice of the world, that is your choice, and it is what you would see as a time which does not exist in truth. And the final outcome will always be the same. You will awaken in one moment, and there will be divine laughter, for you will know. This is where I have always been. I am home. I have always been home. I am the prodigal son. I thought I journeyed unto a far land, and in my experience I did, as the creative child which I am. And yet, home has always been where the heart is. You can connect with it at any moment. That is what is meant by walking the dream in wakefulness, knowing that you are home in the heart, connecting with the peace which you are, the power which you are in that peace, not as the world defines power. For you do not have power over another individual drop of water in the ocean, but you have the power, as the very being of love which you are, to express who you are, connecting with home and then coming from home in all activities, extending love in every moment, connecting with the wisdom which you are in every moment, being at home no matter where you would see the physical body to be. You are always at home. It matters not whether you would be in the state which you call California, or whether you'd be in what you see as a far country known as Tibet. In the lifetime which I spent upon this plain, the lifetime which is so famous and well known, I traveled unto many of the far country. I traveled into India. I traveled to Tibet. I studied with the masters. I traveled to what is now known as Great Britain and studied with the holy men there. It was provided for me that I could make these journeys, and I studied with ones I thought at one moment were masters above me in wisdom. As I studied with them, they shared with me that all wisdom is within, that the wisdom is not in what you would see as a teacher. The teacher can only be as a catalyst. I come, I talk with you. I can be as a catalyst which says, remember who you are. Play with who you are. I can be as a spark plug, but I cannot do it for you. You are a master the same as I. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? You see a miracle of consciousness which attracts the very cells which form the delicate skin. You take it all for granted, and yet each moment is a miracle of expression. Reincarnation, beloved one, is the grand adventure of the Holy Child, experiencing all the expressions of life that you can imagine. It is a wonderful adventure, an adventure which in time allows the prodigal son or daughter to acknowledge that you are home.